I will move one, that this House notes an article by James O'Doherty published in the Daily Telegraph today outlining the Rail, Tram and Bus Union, the RTBU's demand for driver cabins on driverless trains. Absolutely shame. 2, that this House acknowledges the metro operator's obligation to consider these changes as part of an ongoing wage bargaining with the RTBU following a tumultuous period of industrial action that has disrupted Sydney's transport network, as reported in various media outlets as early as 2024. That this House recalls the RTBU's actions in 2022, which forced the then coalition government to spend hundreds of millions of dollars modifying the state-of-the-art new intercity fleet, the metro, including changes to cameras, screens and emergency doors after the union raised safety concerns about platform gaps and CCTV reliability, leading to a strike that halted a mission readiness test run on November the 27th, 2022. 3, that this House acknowledges the RTBU's recent demands which threw Sydney's heavy rail system into chaos in 2024, including a 32% pay rise over 4 years, rightly rejected by the New South Wales government as unaffordable, and a push for train drivers on every metro train, despite the metro's driverless design being a core feature of its operation. 4, that this House expresses concern over the capitulation by then Transport Minister Joe Haylen, who initially refused the RTBU's demands for train drivers on metro trains, but backed down in late 2024 to end rolling strike action that was grinding the rail network to a halt, resulting in Transport for New South Wales staff being placed on metro trains as customer journey coordinators, a move that undermines the efficiency and cost-saving purpose of the driverless metro system. 5, that this House highlights the broader implications of these concessions, including A, the potential for increased operational costs on the metro, which could burden New South Wales taxpayers, as the addition of customer journey coordinators negates the automation benefits intended to reduce staffing expenses, a concern raised by Premier Minns in September 2024 when rejecting other union demands like 50-cent fares. And B, the precedent set for future industrial actions, where unions may leverage disruptive strikes to force policy changes that contradict the strategic direction of public transport infrastructure, such as the metro's expansion to Bankstown, scheduled to proceed despite RTBU opposition, and C, the erosion of government authority in managing essential services, as Haylen's backdown signals to unions that prolonged disruption can override evidence-based policy, potentially encouraging further industrial chaos, as seen with the RTBU's 350 work bans in early 2025 that strangled the network, according to Haylen's statement in January 2025. 7, that this House urges the New South Wales Minister for Transport to implement stricter oversight of Transport for New South Wales negotiations with the RTBU, ensuring that future wage bargaining does not result in policy reversals that compromise the integrity of public transport projects such as the metro, and to publicly disclose the cost implications of the customer journey coordinator roles. 8, that this House reaffirmed its commitment to a reliable, efficient and cost-effective public transport system in New South Wales, prioritising the need of commuters and taxpayers over union pressures and ensuring that strategic infrastructure projects like the Sydney Metro are not derailed by industrial action or short-term political concessions. 6, that this House calls on the New South Wales Government to A, conduct an independent review of the decision to place customer journey coordinators on metro trains, assessing the financial and operational impacts, and ensuring that future transport policies prioritise efficiency and taxpayer value over union demands, and B, strengthen the legislative frameworks to limit the scope of industrial actions that disproportionately disrupt essential services, learning from the 2024 rail network shutdowns and the 2022 NIF modifications to prevent unions from holding the public to ransom during wage negotiations, and C, engage with transport experts and stakeholders to develop a long-term strategy for the metro system that maintains its driverless model, addressing the RTBU's safety concerns through technological solutions rather than staffing concessions that undermine the system's design. Thank you.
Thank you.